husband's most frequent stings are from scorpions. Poor guy's like a magnet. He rolled over in bed the other day, found out he'd been cuddling a scorpion. She did not consent. And a little while later, he went down, poured himself a cup of coffee, sat down at the table, and boom, got up so fast. Never seen him dance that well before. But little did he know, in the middle of the night, a very pregnant scorpion had waddled into the pocket of his pants that he left sitting on the floor.
Oh.
And she decided, this is where I'm going to have my babies. The next thing she knows, she's getting crushed to death by a giant butt cheek. And the only way that she has to defend herself, to communicate that those are her pants now, is with her stinger. And that stinger was incredibly effective communication, because I had never seen him drop his drawers that fast. He was out of them. And there I was, once again, trying to get an arachnid out of an awkward place. Is all I do. But I got her out, I set her up in a little habitat, and just a few days later she actually gave birth. So a little vent opened up, and all these tiny babies came tumbling out. And she gives a live birth to what looks like a little yolk sac with legs and pincers and a tiny stinger, and they're trying to climb up her legs as fast as they can. She's having 35 babies. Anyone who doesn't make it on her back right away, any slow pokes, she's just going to go ahead and eat. Well, it sounds rough, but 35 kids at once, you need to lay down the law. So someone else is going to eat those slow pokes, might as well be you. And you got to carry around the rest of these kids for the coming weeks. And so she's going to pile them all up there and then go on search for food herself and continue to move around, even with the brood on her back. After about 3 weeks, they'll have molted 2 times. They're a little bit flatter, which means they're a little bit faster. And they'll scurry off into the leaf litter and hope that they don't get eaten. They will be. Of all of those 35, usually on average, 1 will reach adulthood. That's, of course, how you maintain a stable population. In your lifetime, you want to reproduce yourself and your mate. We are the only species that goes horribly, horribly unchecked and has lovely exponential population growth, and we're seeing what that does to the planet. Now, an exponential growth of scorpions would mostly just be uncomfortable for us. It wouldn't be quite as devastating, but it would not be fun. And so there's all kinds of different pressures and predators on scorpions to make sure that only 1 fully reaches adulthood. Once he does, you'd think, you'd hope he would be in the clear, but not even. Because if your mom was willing to eat you, your girlfriend is going to have no problem at all. And so dating is incredibly stressful in the scorpion world. You're approaching a female for the first time. You have no idea if it's about to be your best day or your last day. So you better impress her before you're within charging distance. And it turns out she is a sucker for a well-choreographed dance routine. Really, who's not? And so before they're too close, those little pincers are over their head, and the tail's curled up and over, and he'll start shimmying over to the female. And when we watch, it looks more like he's having a tiny seizure. But I guess to her, she's like, whew, what moves? And they'll get close enough that they'll actually grab pincers. And he's going to start shuffling her across the floor, and they'll dance side to side, front to back, and the whole thing looks really sweet, like they're actually dancing. But even 350 million years ago, boys were not dancing for no reason. And so actually, he's laid a sperm packet down on the ground, he's shuffling her over that, and it's not nearly as romantic as it seems, which we ladies know, of course, it's all too often